I saw Pet Sematary, and I'll be back to give you my non-spoiler review right after this. Hi folks, welcome back to Pop Pop Fizzle. I'm Jeff. Normally I'm joined by my wife Heidi. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to go and see Pet Sematary with me, so I'm going to do this little non-spoiler review on my own. Now, up front, I just want to make it known that although I have seen the original Pet Sematary film, it has been years and years since I saw that movie, so I can't really compare the two for you. I wouldn't do that anyway because I wouldn't want to get into any spoiler territory for this review. But my review is not based on any sort of nostalgia for the original. I couldn't really tell you even who was in it, so I literally don't remember that much about it. So my review will not be tainted by that in any way. I went to see this, as I said, by myself. It was a pretty late showing, and I'm fine with that. Scary movies don't really bother me that much. But I went to see it, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. I wasn't sure if it was going to be beat for beat of the Stephen King story, which, to be honest, I haven't read, or if it was going to be trigger any sort of memories of the original, which, I mean, there were a few. There were some really basic plot elements that really I don't think it was the original film that was prompting that recall. I think it was the trailers that I saw for this film that prompted that. So I'm just going to be, as basic as I can be with this review. I wasn't wild about this movie. I didn't feel like it did anything for me that made me want to leave the theater and tell people, be sure you go and see Pet Sematary while it's in the theaters. I was hoping it would be. I love it when horror movies surprise me. I certainly love it when we get one that's so good and done so well that I want to sit down and have like a spoiler discussion or talk about it with people. This was not that movie for me. All the acting was fine. I thought Jason Clarke was really good in this film. I thought John Lithgow was great as well, as always. I thought all of the actors across the board, including the child actors, were fine in this film. Everybody, I feel like, brought their A game, so that really wasn't a factor. The story itself wasn't really the factor. Everything was fine, but it never really got past fine into great. So for me, it was just kind of there. I do think it's probably fairly good counter programming. There's not a lot out there right now in terms of horror. So if you've already seen Jordan Peele's Us, then maybe this would be a good horror film to check out, just if you're in the mood for something spooky. But probably if you've seen the original and you know all the story beats, which again, I didn't really recall them, it may feel too familiar to you, and it may be one of those cases of I'm not sure why they remade this if they were just going to tell the same story over again. I've heard that there are some differences, but again, I'm not sure what they are, so I can't really speak to that. It wasn't really the acting. Some of the dialogue I had some issues with. I'm not going to go into specifics there again because I don't want to spoil anything. But, I mean, it was filmed well. It looked nice. Everything about it seemed just fine. It just didn't really reach beyond fine into great, and that's what I was hoping for. So the way that we grade films on this channel is if it is a fizzle, that means that we just are not recommending it at all. Save your money, save your time. If it's a pop, that means check it out, but you don't have to see it in the theater or on the big screen. Just wait for it to hit Netflix or Redbox or whatever. And if it's a double pop, then that means, throw your money down for a ticket now, go check it out on the big screen and see it while you can. For me, this is going to be right around a pop, and even that is just kind of barely a pop. I mean, I think it's worth seeing if that's your kind of thing. But if you have seen the original, the original is something that's been a part of your life for a while, you probably don't need to see the remake unless you just want an updated version of it. I'm pretty sure they're going to be about the same. At least, and for some people that makes a difference. I don't care. I'd just as soon watch an old version of a movie as opposed to a remake. But I know some people aren't like that. They want the newest of the new and the better visuals and that kind of thing. And certainly there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think it's enough to warrant going to see it on the big screen and spending your hard-earned money. Movies aren't getting any cheaper. And so unless something really proves its worth to me, it's hard for me to go double pop. There are certainly better movies in the theaters now than this particular movie. And I hate to say that because I am a fan of Stephen King and I am a fan of, good horror movies. And I think we've had a good run of some really good horror movies. Unfortunately, this is just not one of them. So I would recommend that you save your money. If you're going to see this thing, then definitely wait for it to hit Redbox or Netflix and check it out then. And maybe you'll like it better than I did. But anyway, those are my thoughts. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, be sure and hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, at least consider it, because it does help us out, and certainly we like being here with you guys. We like making you a part of our community. We try to comment or at least like every comment or reply when we can, and we try to keep things coming for you as quickly as we can. So anyway, consider doing that, and if you're already subscribed, hit the bell icon so you can be notified the next time we drop one of these. Until next time, folks.